What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Champagne Gains. I'm Coach Beckyn.
And Coach Kiki is here.
We are here. It is the second week of 2025.
Yes, yes. I told everybody like last week that like the first through what was it?
Oh, the
The
sixth.
first through the fifth was like definitely the pregame. So
Hmm.
it wasn't 2024, but it also was not 2025 yet. So Monday was like the official start of the new
It
year. So
was.
I was telling everybody that. I was like, Happy New Year officially.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't about to do anything last week. I kind of felt like a piece of shit on Monday, like getting back to where I was like, wow, I haven't worked for a hot minute. I mean, just doing little things, but not sitting down at my desk and actually working.
Having like a
So,
full work day. Yeah, I
yeah,
know. I felt the same way because it's like we don't take days off, but
right.
like you just like over the holidays, like I would like if I had an email, I would like come in and sit down and like respond real quick, update someone's plan, and then like I wouldn't like continue
Mhm.
working. And so last week it definitely felt like it was weird because I just like it was weird because like my the bulk of my heavy like client load stuff is like in the early part of the week. And then
Yeah.
with New Year's, it was just really weird with it being on Wednesday. And I'm like, well, I'm not working on New Year's. And then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I didn't really have like client work that I like needed to do. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do like let's just wait. And then but then I also was like feeling like a piece of shit that I'm like lazy. Then I was like, no, Kiki, like I like forced myself to not work.
I was not gonna work on Friday, but then I did the opposite and I was like, you're a piece of shit. Like go work. And I actually got a lot done that day. So that was probably good and probably helped coming back on Monday for me, just that I wasn't like stressing out. Because even though we've talked about this before, like even though we work for ourselves, like I'll give myself Sunday scaries and like anxiety about everything I have to do. So if I don't like list it out and get a game plan ahead of time, then that exacerbates that. So.
Yeah, and Mondays are always like, super hectic because that's when I do all my check-ins. And then
Mhm.
starting this year in 2025, like I was like told people I'm like, you can like it's been in their plan, like you can check in on Sundays and I'll respond on Monday. But I'm like, yo, please just check in on Sunday. Like if you know that you like
I love it.
every Monday, check in on Sunday. And it was really nice because like Sunday, like I wasn't like feeling like I needed like how to do it that day, but then I like had time, so I was like, oh well, I'll crank out these check-ins, and then Monday was so much easier. Even
Hmm.
though the people, it's so funny because the people who checked in on Sunday are the ones who would check in early on Monday anyways, so they always got their responses. Like they were the ones that were always getting responded back to quickly when I'm still like fresh. So it's like, okay, guys, can we like have some of the people who check in later in the morning on Monday check in on Sunday, please?
Right? That would make the most sense. Like you would think that would be beneficial for them.
Yeah.
Check in
Oh,
early.
that's been good. It was like a good like and I should just put it in like my email signature. Reminder, you can check in on Sunday if you want.
Yes. Yeah, I realize that too, because on the weeks that I don't do calls with my clients and I have them fill out the form, I usually send it on Mondays, but I'm like, I'm gonna do this on Sundays because I'm sure people have more time on Sundays to actually do it versus like seeing it Monday, not doing it, and then forgetting about it.
Yeah. Well, because I know for me, like I check in on Tuesdays and Saturday mornings, and those are the days that I'm at the bakery, like, and I have to leave my house by 5. So it's just like, goodness gracious, like I wish I could check in on like Sunday and Monday, but then like you don't need like check-ins.
Back to back.
Yeah.
I forgot I was going to start this episode with I came up with a good question.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
what is harder? Being like, okay, what's harder? Eating when you're not hungry, so like peak bulk off season, or not eating when you are hungry, so prep.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I know I'm in the phase right now, but I'm like, I feel like it's harder to eat when you're not hungry.
That's what I was literally just about to say.
It sucks
Like,
ass.
I'm like, I don't want to eat another meal. Like, if I go out to eat with my parents, I have to like t particularly plan all my other meals early, which is weird because I like my last meal at home, not like out at like restaurant or something.
Mhm.
But then like then I'm trying to think about in prep, but I'm like, it's really I feel like it's not that bad because it's like you know that you're
You know when
like
you're gonna eat.
yeah, and it's like you know exactly what you're going to eat and the time and like you're supposed to be hungry. Like you know that
Yes.
it's working.
It's on a schedule. You know exactly what you're eating. It's not like I
Mhm.
have to fill these calories with something.
Because it's like sometimes the my last meal and it's like, oh, and then I almost like second guess myself. I'm like, oh, well, did I move enough today to like need this much calorie surplus? I don't know. I don't know. Like it's definitely like a weird food relationship that I've had. I'm like, well, maybe I just don't need to eat that meal. But then I'm like, no, Kiki, it's in there for a re like it's just so weird. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's not something most people get to experience.
Yeah.
It's really not pleasant. And it's like to the point of like gagging it down. Like made Atlantic salmon this week and I've had it like 3 times and now I'm like, I could vomit. Like
I
when,
think I think that's like definitely something with I experience with salmon.
yeah, it's nasty.
Like it's
Well, it's
good for
not, but it is.
like sometimes I'm really want salmon and I like crave it. And then like I think if you have it consistently, I'm just like, no, never mind.
Because last week I got like well, because Walmart was out of it. I got the like frozen fillets. This week I got the good stuff,
Yeah.
the slab
Yeah.
salmon, like with the high fat. And now I'm just like, can't, I can't eat that. Like I was supposed to have it before we podcasted. I was like, I'm gonna have my English muffin with peanut butter on it right now instead. Like, but then it's like, well, now I push that big meal back, and now I have to
Mhm.
have 3 more big meals.
Yeah. It's definitely weird. I feel like navigating these because like especially since I'm only training 3 days, like I still have two meals that are higher in carb than my other meals. Um, And so it's like, can't I just like put this at like the baseline carbs right now? It's like, I don't feel like, because I'm in the same boat with you. Like my next two meals are like my big meals because I normally train around like four or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah,
do I
it's
have to eat this? Can I just have a big salad?
right. What about honey has been life for me
Mm.
lately. But then even then, it's like when I put it on my English muffin, I'm like, this was a lot of honey. Like, did we get enough grams? I'm like, that's half of the grams you need. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like dripping all
Yeah.
over. Just pour it
The
in my
struggles of
point.
struggles of improvement season.
Yes.
I don't know. My hunger's been like up this week, and I don't know why. Um, but it's not like I'm not like hungry, but I'm hungry.
I know what you're
Like,
talking about. I
and
know,
it's like I shouldn't be hungry. Like, and it's I have no idea. And it's not like I have had a big weight drop or something.
right?
And I didn't really move much on Monday because we were snowed in, so I didn't even go to the gym.
I'm so jealous.
So I think it was just weird having like maybe 2 days like back to back off after like a high carb, like I had a burger and fries on Saturday, but then my
Mhm.
weight dropped the morning after that. So I don't know.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Our bodies wild.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, today we're talking about our words of the year for 2025. We're just doing all the episodes on New Year things, I guess.
How far can we extend this? We'll be talking about in July.
Um, it's also the year of the snake, which is this maybe is my sign to finally get my snake tattoo.
Yeah. Like so it's like the with like the Chinese
Yeah,
calendar or whatever.
which I really don't know what that means, but
No, neither, except that there's
it's
calendar.
snake. And they have cool Starbucks cups that I bought one today and it immediately fell on the ground and shattered. So if
I
that's
was,
how
I was
the year
like,
of the snake is gonna go,
I
fuck
was just thinking that. I'm like, hopefully that's not like foreshadowing.
or snake.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about words of the year because we kind of talked about like New Year's resolutions and habits and all this stuff. How we don't necessarily like we have like goals, but they're not like they're always a goal.
Yes.
It's nothing that's like brand spanking new. Because it's like I've wanted to go to the Olympia. I've been working for that for several years now. And it's like
Hmm.
last year you turned pro. So it's like, all right.
All
Now
right.
what?
Next.
So more of leaning on like how we're going to live like our life in
Mm,
2025 with like some sort of backing and kind of how our whole like every day we're going to be trying to live by this word while working on our never-ending goals
yeah.
to better improvement of everything.
Mentally, physically, all of the things. What was your word and how did it come to you?
Yeah, so my last week when we first were talking about like words of the year, I had no idea. And then sure enough, in church on Sunday, it was the first Sunday that we had church for like the new year. And we always like kick off the new year with like the 21 days of prayer and like a new I forget what they call it, like block of a theme or whatever. Um,
Series.
Series, yes, that's what it's called. So 2025 Kiki's word is revival.
Love it.
Yeah, so like the dictionary definition is like an improvement in the condition or strength of something. And then like the biblical definition of revival, it means like making alive again those who have been alive but have fallen into what is a cold or dead state. So I thought that was like a really when the pastor was talking about it on Sunday, it just like immediately clicked with me, and I was like, "Oh yes, this is the word!" Like I knew it was gonna come to me.
Start like levitating.
Oh yeah, like it was totally like uh, I felt like it was definitely God telling me like, "This is your word, girl," um,
Hmm.
and maybe everyone else in that in church as well. But I thought it like was just the message behind it when I don't want to talk about because I can't paraphrase very well. But I thought it was just so it felt good for because I was kind of feeling like in my feels at the end of the year. Like, yes, I got divorced at the beginning of the year, and then the middle of the year was just slam packed with just like competing. You
Hmm.
competing, me competing. And then it kind of just like when I stopped competing, it wasn't necessarily the post-show blues. I was just kind of like feeling just weird. And then like with the holidays, like because that's when I separated in 2023. And so I was just like not in a I was just like in a blah mood.
Yeah.
And so I thought that like revival, like making alive again, like was great because it's not
Mhm.
necessarily like I don't know, I'm not like becoming a new person, but it's like I'm like returning to like who I am, which was in the process last year of like finding who I am again
Right.
by myself.
Right. Yeah, because I mean that it takes a lot after you've been with someone else and you're just like I'm still realizing things that are affecting me from that. Like it takes a lot to like come into your own and figure out who you are and like be okay with who you are and like own it. So
Yeah,
I love that word for you.
yeah, because like I was definitely like feeling like just like gross at the end, like thinking like because when especially like when you said X is moving back to where, yep, that whole thing, I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and here I am, like in Salesville, like poor me. I like am working at a bakery part-time and I have two like master's degrees. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, no one else is like I'm not accomplishing anything. But like I was just like going down a rabbit hole real quick. And
Yeah.
then like when the revival started coming in, I was like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I literally go to sleep so excited to get up every morning to drive into the bakery. And it's so
Yeah.
much fun. And I get to talk to people and then I get to leave that job and work on with my clients. And it's like, I don't care whatever anybody thinks. Like
Yeah.
it feels that's what I'm going to continue to tell myself.
Yes, manifest that shit because it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. If you are happy, that is
Yeah,
all that matters.
yeah,
And
yeah,
ain't nobody better be judging
yeah.
you.
And it's like it was totally like probably me judging me, to be
Right.
completely
Oh,
honest.
we're so hard on ourselves, 1000%. And like anyone that's experienced divorce knows this. Like you go through those like I am a piece of shit phase. Like and then you're like I am now alone. Like and other people are just living their lives. I always tell myself like, dude, everybody else is miserable.
Yeah, yeah,
I know not everybody else is miserable in their marriage, but the a percentage of people that probably are like it's way higher than one in like a one would think, I
yeah.
think. And I mean like how many people have told me that they're miserable in their marriage and they just continue on with life because change is hard. So we are badass because
Yeah.
we made the change.
Yeah, there Psalm 85 it says like God revive us again, like open our eyes, our hearts, our minds, our lives to the fullness, to the wonder of who you are. And so that's just kind of like something that I'm repeating to myself. It's just like it's been snowing here and like I have to drive into work in the morning when it's snowing and I just kind of like instead of being like oh, like I have to drive in this snow. I'm like, oh, I get to drive in the snow.
Yes.
Finding the beauty like everywhere and just kind of like bringing that out to other people as well,
Mhm.
or that I can show up and feel good about myself. That's the better that I can be as a coach to, get pick other people up from the ground.
Yes. Yeah, that I mean, being a positive person goes such a long way. Like being a negative person is like a cancer. Like that shit spreads like wildfire. If you're being negative or someone around you is being negative, chances are you're gonna negatively impact those around you. But if you're like seeing the good in things, then other people will shut the fuck up while they're negative.
Yes.
I
Oh,
love that.
we are reviving. In my revival state.
Yes. I love that. Mine, I came up with three. This was before,
Overachiever.
so well, it started with humility, like I talked about, and I was kind of
Yeah.
like, what can I like, can that be my word of the year? And I kind of thought about use that as a way to serve others. So making this year about serving others because I'm not where I am like on my own accord. Like I'm here where I'm at with the capabilities that I have to serve others because of God. So I'm not like I don't want to take credit for anything. I want to be humble about it and I want to serve others through what I'm doing and just be a positive impact on people. And then faith that God will provide for me if I am honoring him through what I do. And then I had Luke 12:48 written down. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded, and from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. So, like, I have this business because of God. Like, I was entrusted with this business with these people because I can make a positive impact on them. So I want to be able to deliver and serve others through what I'm doing. And then commitment was my last one because the things that I want to happen will not just come to me unless I'm actually doing the work necessary to achieve what I want. So if I want to make X amount of money, if I want to buy a new car, if I want to go to get top five in Tahoe. Like I have to commit to making that happen. It doesn't just happen by accident. Like we can pray for everything that we want, but you still have to like put in the
Put it
work.
in the week. Yep. Yeah. It's not like to coincide with coaching. Just because you sign up for coaching doesn't mean that you're going to get results.
Mhm. Yep, you gotta put in the work. So,
Yeah, and I started reading Unfuck Yourself.
oh yeah, is it good?
Again, I read it. I think I read it like several years ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna read this again because I just
Yeah.
need it. And it was kind of talking about the same thing. It's like your I don't can't again can't paraphrase, but it's just talking about like how you like you I mean you can be happy with where you're at, you can continue to like push forward and but like you have to be the one to do it. Like you have to drive the car. You can't just like go into a new destination without like putting in the work to get there. Uh,
Mhm.
and it just like goes along with that.
Yeah. Well, I finished reading Atomic Habits, and one of the last lines in there was talking about self-awareness. And that's the same thing. Like, you have to be aware of where, like, one of my core values for my business is like taking responsibility for where you are and where you want to be and doing the work that you need to do to get there.
Mhm.
So, and that requires you to be like, hey, something is not working in my life. If not something's not working, have that self-awareness to figure it out and fix it.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
No one's coming to save you
No.
besides Jesus, our Lord and Savior. This is not a Christian podcast.
No, I know. Do they serve champagne at
We love Jesus, but we cuss a little. I think they serve champagne in heaven. Pretty sure. Well,
yeah.
Jesus, wine at least.
Is it sparkling? Can
Turn the water into wine, baby.
I get some bubbles in this wine?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love
I feel
us.
like I need to make like a now I want like a sign or something in my in my office that says revival, or I need to put like a new background on my phone besides donuts or something.
You should get a sign. I'm sure they have something like that.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I want to go into the effort of crafting
No,
it.
no, never. Well, I was gonna do the champagne goals. I have a champagne bottle back there and write on it. I wrote it, I have the gold marker, like a paint marker. I tried writing on it like 5 times and I got so pissed off with how my writing looked on it. I'm like, all right, I gotta commission somebody else to do this.
Yeah, I was about to
My
ask you.
sister is an art teacher. And I was like, "Well, I think I want you to do it." She's like, no, I'll ruin it. I'm like, no, you won't. Remember that time as kids when I drew on a CD that I burned and you made fun of me forever? Like, that's what it would look like. I will not be writing on it. You can do it. But
That's so,
yeah, what else we got?
I don't know. Let us know your word of the year,
Yes,
everybody.
please let us know what next 2025 podcast you want us to do. Answer our question box on Instagram if we ever put anything on there. I was
We
thinking
should
about
probably
doing
do that
that.
again.
We
We should
should.
probably.
I don't know if people just don't do those like interact with those anymore. At least they don't with mine whenever I do it, but we'll try
Yeah,
it
and
again.
I think that's a great feature. Maybe it's just be like
I love
there's
it when
see,
people participate.
yeah. My favorite person who does like the things on Instagram, Zoe, don't know how to pronounce your last name. Sorry, Zoe. Um, she's an IFBB pro. She's with Dylan Bear.
Oh, I don't know if I know who that is.
Oh, you know who it is.
Sorry.
Zoe Pans and whatever. She lives in
Oh,
Vegas. Anyways, on her Instagram story every day, she puts like it's National whatever day. And then she has like a poll of do you which like if it was like National Chocolate Day, like which chocolate dessert would you rather have? And it gives like two options, and then it has
oh,
like a
that's
poll.
good.
Which it's like I interact with it every day because I love that. And then sometimes like she'll if it'll be something about like there's something about like breakfast, and then the other next slide was like tell me your favorite breakfast combination in like the question box, and then she like reposts everybody, and it's just so fun because it's all like all competitors, and we're
Yeah.
talking like our favorite breakfast or like all this stuff.
That is a great idea. I wish I need to be more creative with stuff like that and be consistent with it because that's where I go awry. Like I posted a poll yesterday and I was going to talk about it today and now I don't feel like fucking talking about it. Like,
Well, and then it's like I also don't want to. I was like, oh, that's a great idea, but then I'm like, I'm not going to copy you.
right? Yeah,
And like, how many times can I ask people what their favorite donut is? What's your favorite donut frosting color?
right.
Your
There you
favorite type
go.
of sprinkles? But like, that's gonna last a month. Not even.
Right. Oh, content is hard. I have not been great. I mean, I need to just get back on getting on my stories and then ease back into actually making content because I'm just not feeling it. I got this cool tripod here I need to set up that I got for Christmas that I haven't touched yet. It's got like a face tracker on it.
Oh, nice.
But I opened it before we started here and I was like, this looks really intimidating for right now. I'm not gonna do this.
I know it's like I have all the tools to be able to do it and do content and stuff, but then I'm just like,
I'm
uh,
inspired.
I don't want to do it. And it's not fun by yourself.
Then I get mad. I get mad when I'm like trying to say something that's not coming out right.
Yeah.
Which I was setting that up because I was gonna do a posing video today. Not sure my head is in the right place for that, but it's there tomorrow. We're doing it. We're really doing it here. I promise it's coming.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, well, let us know if you have any questions. That was a little tangent there. If you have any topics you would like us to discuss, you can find me on Instagram at Beckyn_IFBB Pro.
And you can find me at Kiker's Laugh IFBB Pro.
Give us a 5-star rating and review and let us know what you think. And we will see you next time. Cheer, energy drink,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yes.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gains. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your champagne bestie. Champagne Gains is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.